Yes, good evening, students. We want to look at factorization of quadratic equations by grouping. This is our topic for today, right? And I'm going to have given you, this is one example that I will show in this video, right? Now, normally, most quadratic equations can be solved by factorization. If you can't solve for x through factorization, you use completing the squares method, or you use the quadratic formula. But sometimes you find that the a value, the number that is before x squared, is larger than 1. When you find it like this, you have to use a technique known where you multiply the a by the c. You multiply the a, which is 6, times minus 5. And when you do that, so you just put a multiplication sign here, you're going to end up with 30. So we're going to factorize 30. We're going to factor 30. Negative 30, right? So that can be factored in several ways. It can be 1 times 30, where 30 will have to be negative, and the 1 will have to be positive, right? It can be 2, or the other way around, right? 2 times 15. We will know how to place the signs, whether with positive or negative. We have 2 times 15. We can also have 3 times 10. And we can also have 5 times 6. Now we want to choose a pair that when added together will give you positive 13. You'll get a positive 13 when you add any pairs together. The most appropriate one will be this. What we'll have to switch the signs. Because this is a positive 13x, we'll have to switch this to positive 15 and negative 2. Now, how we place the 2 and the positive 15, so the 15 will be positive. The 15 will go to 5, and the 2x will go to 6. So in rewriting the equation, we're going to get 6x squared minus 2x plus 15x minus 5 is equal to 0. Right? Because a positive 15 with a negative 2x gives you 13x. So we have broken down this into 2 terms so that we can better factorize the whole thing, right? Alright, so we're going to draw a line here between here, and we're going to factorize both sides. So now we have 4 terms. We're going to factorize these 2 on the left and these 2 on the right. What we do now, we look for the common variables and the common numbers. We start with the number first. What number is common to 2 and 6? That will be 2, right? So we take the 2 out. And what number will be common between x and x squared? That will be x, so we take the x out. And we have a bracket like this. Now what goes into the bracket now? 2 terms will end up in this bracket. How you determine what goes in the first part of the bracket? You divide each of these terms now by 2x. So minus, we can work over here, minus 6x squared. 6x squared can be written as 6xx over 2x This will cancel this. The 2 will cancel the 6 to give you 3. So you're left back with 3x. So you put the 3x right here. Minus 2x divided by a positive 2x is going to give you minus 1. That part is easy. Alright? Now we'll bring down the plus sign here. And we look for what's common between these two terms. What's common between these two, 15 and 5, have something in common. And 5 can go into itself, and 5 can go into 15. Now 5 into 15x is going to be 3x. And 5 into minus 5 is going to give you a minus 1. What do you notice? And we're still equal to 0. Everything is still equal to 0. What do you notice is that both brackets are the same. So obviously, if both brackets are the same on both sides, when we have to factor out the bracket, because positive 5 and 2x have something in common. They have a 3x minus 1 in bracket. That's on both sides. So what we do, we remove that bracket. And in the next bracket, we put what remains. 2x and 5 remains. So we're going to put 2x plus 5. So, if we were to multiply this bracket by this bracket, it will carry us right back to the first equation, the original equation. If we were to multiply this by this, it will take us right back to the original equation. So it means that we have satisfactorily factorized this equation. If they were asking you to solve for x, you would use the contents of each bracket will be equal to 0. So 3x minus 1 is going to be equal to 0. And 2x plus 5 will be equal to 0. 3x minus 1 plus 1 is equal to plus 1. You add 1 to both sides because you want to eliminate this minus 1, right? So you add a 1 to it, and these two will cancel, leaving back 3x on this side. And this is going to be equal to 1. To eliminate the 3, now we divide both sides by 3. So 3x divided by 3 is equal to 1 over 3. That 3 will cancel with this 3, and now x becomes 1/3. So we would have found the value, one of the values for x. Let's go to this now. We subtract 5 from both sides. Have to subtract 5 on the other side. These two will cancel. Positive 5 and a negative 5 cancels, leaving you back with 2x on this side, which is equal to minus 5. To eliminate the 2, so that x can stand by itself, we divide both sides of the equation by 2. So minus 5 divided by 2. 2 cancels, leaving you back with x. So x becomes minus 5 over 2. And we would have calculated the second value for x, if that's what they wanted. But sometimes they just want you to, as it were, factorize the equation rather than solve it. So this is our first example of what it means to factorize by grouping. Okay, thanks for watching.